Hey, what's good people? Welcome
What
back.
it do, what it do, good people?
Yeah, another edition of the Family
Mhm.
Podcast. Yeah, we back on this beautiful Friday. This beautiful.
Yeah, man.
How you feeling, Cuzzo?
Oh man, it's awesome for real. The even, I'm about as black as my shirt in real life. You know what I'm saying?
You been out?
Oh man, been out there suffering, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. What
I ain't
you
gonna let them kill me. So
you talking about at work?
yeah, for a minute. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, I'm indoors unless what I'm saying, the Twins only. Let's see, Byers be outside for baseball practice. He got a game tomorrow. That's gonna be crucial at 3 o'clock.
Oh no!
Oh my god,
Oh no!
3 o'clock. And this is a new park we going to. We ain't never been to this park, so this be new. But the park that we usually play at,
Yeah.
no shade, bro.
Oh, that's no good.
You should have seen your little cousin last week, man. He was playing third base. He like, bro, it's hot. He took his hat off. He threw that bug. I was just waiting on him. Did he just walked out third base and came and got his little water bottle and started. I'm like, bro, you got to get back on the field. But I looked around the field. It's the kids. They sitting in the grass. You know, then one little dude was sitting there Indian style. The other one, they was just kicking dirt at each other. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
I'm
god!
like,
You said that was practice?
no, this was in the game last Saturday.
Oh golly! Did they at least end up winning?
Yeah. They get some hits and stuff. He got a couple good hits.
Okay.
I have to send them to you. Yeah, he got some couple good hits. He actually decent. He don't like playing defense. He think he just can bat. But
Oh,
nah, son, it's two sides to yeah,
yeah.
sport.
He on his superstar.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He just want to bat. Nah,
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
wait to grab his little glove. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you need to grab that big glove, son, so you can, you know what I'm saying, get some defense.
So do they rotate positions or are they static? The play.
Right now they asking the kids what they want to play, and he love third base. He's
Is he
every
sure about?
week. Yeah, the last 2 weeks he went into third base.
All right. He know third base is pretty hectic.
It's up he don't know yet.
Oh,
This is first year. This is first year in it. You know what I'm saying? So
is
hey,
he
but
is he watching? Does he watch any MLB?
yeah, they like going to the game as opposed to watching it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he'll sit up and watch a little bit of it.
And
How your
he.
week been?
Oh. Ah. My week has been. Well, let me. It's a conundrum. So as far as like my kids, my week has been perfect. It's been great hanging out with my kids and uh, playing games, watching them around the house, all the other good stuff. But I got sick last Friday, and it's been wearing me down. It's been wearing me down bad. Sinus pressure all week. I've lost energy. I lost weight. I didn't even feel like shaving today. I just let it be. I let it be. I've been sleeping so much. I slept so much throughout the week that one night I couldn't go to sleep, and I was up until at least at 7:30 that next morning.
uh,
And that was the same morning that we had to get out the house. We were supposed to leave at about 10:45 to make it to a family day event, but I didn't wake back up until about 10:30, and I was just like, have you ever been you slept so hard that you wake up and you look at the time and you just be like, oh no.
no, bro,
Oh,
dreading.
dreading it.
Yep.
I, I looked at my clock. I was like, "Oh, it's 10:30. Oh, we got to be here at 11. Everybody still asleep. This ain't gonna happen on time." And it didn't. It didn't. So we got there late in the heat, exhausted. Uh, but we still pushed forward and did that. And then we went to one of my buddies' graduation from a professional military education school. And I'm trying to think of what we did after that. I can't even remember. Just I know I went to sleep and I woke back up. I've had to take naps like I was in kindergarten. That's how bad it's been. So it's just been so you'll see me throughout the night like rubbing my
Same
sinus
fact, yeah.
to try and massage it back out because it's still tender and painful in these areas. Uh, but I've been on some Benadryl and water and water because I plan on we got family coming tomorrow. So
I got you. I got a little tonic water in with my gin, you know what I'm saying? But I'm with you.
yeah. So we waiting for water to shoot through, come through, hang out with us. She might end up having to hop off a little bit early because she got a little event planned, her and her partners. But we ain't gonna hold her about it, and we can't wait for her to hop on to give her input. But let's get ready to jump into it. We talking about 4th of July and Juneteenth, and so the actual topic is no Juneteenth, no 4th of July,
Mhm.
and that's my opinion. No Juneteenth, no 4th of July. So I found out through you that people had to work on Juneteenth. Like, what was anything said or done at your job about it when you were doing it, or what?
No, nothing was done. It was just a typical day. Just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we showing up tomorrow. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I thought it was a federal holiday. And my boss was like, I thought it was too, but the union doesn't recognize it as a federal holiday. So my local union does not recognize it. None of the unions, the Teamsters, the none of the unions recognize it. But like we were at work and we was waiting on the city inspection, but the city of St. Louis was closed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like how is how's things, gonna progress. But yeah, it was just a normal day, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't no I'm working right across the street from the VA hospital right there on Grand and Delmore, bro. Working
Okay.
right across the street from the hospital. A lot of their employees was off. A lot of everything surrounding me was off, was
Oh yeah,
closed.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we still turned down our building.
So I wonder how many other professions had to work. I should have taken a second to look that up. It ain't too late. I got a second because when you said that, I was like, oh goodness, and the question popped into my head of do states have to recognize federal holidays? And you know, we get MLK, we get Memorial Day, we get President's Day.
Hmm.
Uh, some way, shape, form, or fashion, they factor in Easter. Of course, Christmas. Uh,
You say
uh,
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. Uh,
Shit, you can name it all. St. Patty's Day, Kwanzaa,
St.
Ramadan. We celebrate all that. Everybody else. So when we were having our conversation, it resonated with me. Like, well, actually, when you told me that you didn't celebrate it, federal holidays as a soldier, you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
recognized with me. I'm like, damn, but every other nationality or country come over here, we celebrate all them
we do.
holidays and festivities. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, we do. The only time we don't really we are not able to observe or get a day off for a federal holiday is if we are in a Ford theater, if we're in a war zone or something like that, or
Okay.
uh, on a mission, right? Then we can't observe it. But in what's called garrison, when we lean back and we're just doing our regular duties and performing our regular duties, we observe every federal holiday that comes out.
Right, right.
And like you said, whenever there is another holiday that comes up uh, for any other religion or nationality, those are recognized also.
Yeah.
And there's no pushback on that. And
No
there's
matter
no,
where you are. Yeah, no matter where you are.
yeah, no matter where you are. I'm looking at this article. It says the newest federal holiday, Juneteenth, National Independence Day, celebrates the end of slavery in the United States. So I'm glad I read that first sentence. So let me back up for those who don't know what Juneteenth is. To summarize it, Juneteenth is the recognition of the the freeing of enslaved peoples in areas of the United States that didn't have the news taken to them directly. And
Mhm.
so the primary uh, area that Juneteenth talks about is in Galveston, Texas, where there were Union soldiers who traveled down to Galveston and they informed the enslaved peoples that they were free. And as they did that, and as the Union armies traveled throughout the South in different areas, they informed everybody that they were free. Now, and I don't want to do too much on Emancipation Proclamation because we had that talk a while ago.
Yeah.
But the Emancipation Proclamation was the document that was used in order to free enslaved peoples around the country, primarily in the South. Primarily in the South.
Yeah.
Uh, just so people don't forget, there were still four slave states that were a part of the Union. That was Delaware, uh, Maryland, Missouri, and Kentucky. They were still slave states that were a part of the Union. And so Emancipation Proclamation didn't apply to them. So in areas where the Union soldiers had already occupied that had enslaved peoples, Emancipation Proclamation did not apply. But the state of Texas was directly mentioned in Emancipation Proclamation, as well as Louisiana and Georgia and various other states. So that edict wasn't honored until the Union soldiers went down. An Emancipation Proclamation was issued in 1863, but the enslaved peoples were not let know that they had freedoms and they were liberated until Union soldiers went and told them. So in different areas of Texas, Juneteenth, or not just Texas, but all over the South, Juneteenth is practiced or celebrated in its original form on different days as it occurred in that area. But June 9th is generally speaking the day that it's viewed as uh, the the news being spread to free the enslaved peoples. And so we continue from 1863 Emancipation Proclamation through 1865, and then we have the 13th Amendment that ended slavery. And one thing that people have to remember is, again, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't end slavery in its entirety or its totality. It
Right.
wasn't until the 13th Amendment was drafted that it changed the face of slavery from being bonded without pay, so on and so forth, to being restricted to being jailed or prisoned. And then you had the introduction of laws after that, Jim Crow laws that, oh, hey, Maya, that began to become expounded on in order to continue to subject people back into a form of enslavement where they were writing different laws and rules uh, to purposely trap people, whether it had be, oh,
Oh, you in the nightlife?
I'm out and about.
yeah, we see you. We see you. How long you gonna be with us?
Huh?
How long you gonna be with us?
Hold on.
I was trying to get you. I was trying to get you to show your fit one time.
One time for the one time.
Hold on. Now my AirPods don't want to work. My Beats ain't working. Hold on.
Okay.
Not dirty Reed. All right. Okay, y'all back in my.
All right.
Yeah, we were trying to get you to we were trying to see your outfit one time for the one time.
Yeah.
I lose the signal?
Can you hear us?
Okay.
It's
All right.
bro.
Yep. I can hear you.
That's
I'm
y'all. You
good.
back with us.
Yeah, I lost. I pulled away from the house, so I'm not no longer connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh
So
yeah.
what's up, guys?
Did you hear what I said, Guzzo?
What you say?
I was saying we was trying to get you to show your fit one time before you got hopped in the whip.
Uh, no, it's just regular. We ain't going nowhere special. It's just a regular shirt, some Jordans and some jeans. That's it.
Oh, where
Okay.
y'all where y'all heading?
We are going
You
to
ain't got to disclose
Norwalk.
your location.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
There's
they
some
know
freaky people
if they
out
ain't
here.
like if they ain't pulling up in good intentions, they gonna know better when they leave. That's for sure.
Pow pow pow. Gonna learn today.
Today and today only.
Yeah.
I'm
So
with my girl Sheba. I don't
hey
know, y'all
shit.
can see her.
What up, Guzzo?
What's going on,
They
cuzzo?
said what's up.
Oh, see, y'all finna get into some shit.
A
Yeah,
little
y'all are.
bit. You know, it's the normal crew.
Mm-hmm.
Up. That's what's up. So I know we ain't gonna be able to have you long. Just a few minutes until you get to your destination. Y'all start wilding out.
Oh,
But
nobody's gonna wow out. Do you think we're not gonna wow out?
of course. I mean that's how it always states. You know what? We're gonna be
No.
adulting. We're gonna be mature. We're gonna take sips and not gulps. And we're just gonna sit down in this lounge and listen to the DJ play
Yeah.
some music so we can
It's gonna be a chill night. We just got some Uno cards and we
uh-huh.
gonna have a couple drinks.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's gonna be chill, right?
Shot, 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 shot,
Right.
shot. That's
That's
all I.
all they got here.
That's
Oh,
all I.
oh
That's
God.
all I heard. You know what
God,
I'm saying?
hey, some shots. I
One
need
more.
Oh my gosh.
shots over here right now. All around.
No.
Do it.
We
But
know
yeah,
we
we was
did
just
have a
talking about
shot last time that was really, really good. I don't even know what that shot was called.
we was just talking about the Juneteenth situation.
Okay.
You know, saying about me having to work and
I
why
was
and all
definitely off.
federal. You know, that's what we was at
Yeah.
in the podcast.
Yeah, but today I found out some interesting news. So y'all know Juneteenth fell on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we were off that Wednesday, but we worked all day on Tuesday. Now, 4th of July is coming up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, and it falls on a Thursday. But on Wednesday, we're closing at 3 at my job. We didn't close early for Juneteenth, but we're closing early for Independence Day.
Yes.
So why do you think that dichotomy exists? Like why is there pushback or why is
Let me take my earphones out so they can hear you too, because hold on,
yeah.
because she was spitting some shit over here that y'all need to
Oh,
hear.
Talk to us, guys. Talk to us. I'm
for
with it.
sure.
Oh, damn, what I do with my case?
Yeah, I don't know, but like a lot of the holidays, like we talking about like Thanksgiving at the beginning. We off a couple days. We
Yeah.
off forever for Christmas. You know, the New Year you get
Hold on. I
celebrated
don't know
4th
if
of
I put it back on my
July.
person. I don't know if
Man,
Yeah. So question becomes like where or why is there such a I think
it's who
that
values it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's who values it. And most owners in America don't value it. You know what I'm saying? Because of their background, where they come from. You know what I'm saying? So it's not of an importance to them as it is
yeah.
for us. You know what I'm saying? Because like I
Sheba,
told
what
you,
did you
Jill,
say
going
about
forward, I'm
Juneteenth?
taking off for it. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, just because of what Wanda was saying. Like we celebrate everything. Kwanzaa, St. Patty's Day, you know,
Yeah.
Easter, you name it. We, you know what I'm saying? Like President's Day.
yeah, but
Right.
we don't celebrate like Kwanzaa in its
I'm,
entirety.
yeah, my bad. I just had holidays in my. I'm
Yeah,
just saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So, yeah, Sheba said that her job didn't recognize Juneteenth as a holiday either.
Did,
So,
did
my job sucks because they only count 6 holidays in a year.
Well, has anyone said why? Like, and so I guess a better question is: are you in like a position uh, of great importance to where it's life threatening and everybody has to be at work?
Um,
So like I was telling you, like my boss was like, he, he was
um,
like,
that's true too.
the union doesn't recognize it. You know what I'm saying? That was his explanation to me. He says
Yes.
the union doesn't recognize it, so it's another working day for our company. That's how you know what I'm saying. Well, he didn't say that's it's another working day, but that was the gist I got out of it when he said the union don't recognize it. I called the union hall. They answer the phone. All the other federal holidays, they don't answer the phone. They off. We off.
Hmm.
So that's how I can regulate when I'm off or when I shouldn't be at work. You know what I'm saying?
So, what do we have to do as a people to get everyone to recognize that this is a real holiday? I mean, the president has already made it a federal holiday. Like, what do we have to do for jobs to be like, okay, like even White Castle closed on Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I've said this a lot, but people nobody wants to either invest invest in it this way or look at it this way. But the only way that we can actually get people to buy in to what we want is to withhold our resources. Don't spend. Don't
Well,
spend.
I for one on Juneteenth only bought black.
Okay, I can dig that.
I went down to the festival downtown that we had. We had a Juneteenth block party, and everything I bought down there, from the food to the drinks to other accessories and things like that, was all black owned.
I can dig it.
So take someone like me. I'm the only black at my company.
Hmm.
Who will stand up with me?
Right. Sheba said you should have got paid more anyway.
A minority promotion or yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, who's gonna stand up with me?
The,
I can tell you how my
Your
boss is such a
comrades, the
great.
people that's supposed to be so down to have your back.
right,
They
right.
got kids they trying to feed. That's you know what I'm saying. That's the fuel that's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying. Like we don't get paid for days off. See, you see what I'm saying? That's how it's
But
gonna come back to me.
let's think
Mm.
about this because if that's the case, we'll resort to what Trump and his team have been saying. Like if they'll do this to you or if they'll do this to me, they'll do this to you too. They'll come and get you. So it's not it's I, that's a great question, Wanda. I'm gonna
So
put some.
even with my white
Oh Lord, it's
counterparts.
my headache.
What up, Flo? So even with my white counterparts, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll be in a situation where they don't want to be off for the 4th of July. They don't want to be off for certain holidays because, like I say, we don't get paid for them. If it was a paid vacation, it makes sense. You see
Sure,
what I'm saying? But for as like just telling me we off for the next 2 days, like no, that shit don't make sense to somebody trying to feed their family. You know what I'm saying? That's like I got a lot of actually fathers at my company that are single fathers. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
doing it all on their own. They don't have no woman in their life, but they raising the kids. So
yeah.
their income is their income. They need that. You see what I'm
Sheba
saying? They
said
need
write
that
their names
income.
down for
Huh?
her. Sheba said write their names down for her.
You gonna go take care of them kids?
Hey,
Yeah,
Sheba is a good mama.
yeah, correct. You know what I'm
She's a
saying?
great
And
mama.
and then when I'm saying these are gentlemen that are just
Okay.
raising their kids on their own. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to be off for the 4th of July and St. Patty's Day and certain. Like I
I mean,
say,
I'm
I'm a
not off for
union.
St. Patrick's Day, so
I'm not. I was just speaking about holidays. I'm just throwing shit
no.
out there. Like I'm a union laborer, and we don't get paid for being off for Labor's Day. Everybody in America off for Labor's Day. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's stuff
That
like
that's
that.
nuts. That's
It's
nuts.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Why is that out of all the holidays not a paid holiday for the
Right.
union
They don't
labor?
know where they going. Told
So
you.
What you got, Flow Tap on in?
He laughing too hard. Come on, bro.
Now, she look like she in the bang bus.
What?
Can you hear me?
No. What did you say?
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Wow.
What up,
Yep.
Danny?
Jen?
Yeah.
Oh, see, told.
Oh no, I just said no. You know I'm always cracking jokes. I said look like you in a bang bus, like on Bang Bro.
No, I'm not.
That's what it looks like you man when you're driving right now. That's
On
all I
in.
said, but
Like she got
it's
the
a joke.
Vaseline in her purse.
She said I was
Uh-uh.
her favorite headache, so that's all.
Mm.
Uh, hey, so what was the topic, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah.
Why
No
isn't
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth recognized by everyone as a federal holiday?
Yeah.
Come on now, you know why.
But let's put that in contrast with the 4th of July. Yeah,
You
we
know
know it.
why that is, and you know why that is also.
And so how do we give the importance of Juneteenth just as much as the 4th of July?
I mean, we keep doing what we're doing because I feel like Juneteenth is getting bigger and bigger every year since it has
But
been announced as a holiday. Like
I
when I was down at the block party, there were people of all races there. Yeah, it's right here. Of all races there celebrating and getting knowledge and listening to the speakers and the poets and things of that nature.
well, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of it becoming so ridiculously capitalized that the meaning of it is actually lost.
Mm.
That's the issue.
So,
Can you hear me now? Do you hear me?
Yeah, we got.
uh-huh.
Hey, I mean, so I know I heard you earlier say, as far as us stop spending our money on certain days. I know I heard you say that.
Yep.
Hey, I want to say damn near like an Exodus type thing.
Okay.
I'm not talking about like everybody leaving the country, but hell, besides everybody not spending their money, don't nobody black go to work, don't nobody black do anything that's significant for America.
Hmm.
If you don't drive Uber, don't drive Uber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't got to ride the city bus, don't ride the city bus. If you ain't got to use a gas station, don't use a gas station. Anything that would, anything that you have to think like your enemy.
Sure. So
So,
he passed. Said, I feel like Juneteenth was made out of desperation due to pressure to the government. It's not enough time to really pay respect to our culture.
and that's
And
exactly what it is. It is rush because it's not even the exact date that they were actually freed.
right. And so I agree with that also.
I mean, with that being said, we know that Christmas is just a day of observation. So this is a day of observation. So
So do we begin to treat the 4th of July in the same stance?
everybody celebrates Christmas.
I don't.
I don't,
I give gifts.
Right. And it's my baby birthday.
and I stay in the layaway line at Walmart.
Looking for those.
Oh,
You there, Juan?
I am we walking down the street. I'm good.
Okay. So yeah, restrict our resources, and like you said, Flo, I'm with you on that too. And even changing a lot of the language around um, the actual holiday or anything that we actually do. I was listening to Roland Martin, and
Mhm.
he played one of the elders who was speaking to that. He said we stopped calling protests back in the day protests because they begin to take on a negative connotation and they were soon able to essentially call protests riots and change them into that. But if you call it a campaign, peaceful campaign, well, they can't really change that language, and it also has people thinking in a different manner when it comes to that as well. And so we got to change the language around Juneteenth. I heard a brother who, because I would easily just say, slaves, people that were slaves, or slaves, and he was like, you should probably rethink the term or the phrase slave and people who were enslaved, and actually add that level of humanity to who was actually going through this, because when you just simply say a slave, you're not giving them a portion of humanity that they actually deserved.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. So let me ask you this: Are you implying that they should say Juneteenth or blah blah blah, the days that or the date that black, brown people or colorized, melanated people were free? Or is that what you're imposing? I'm just asking. Is that what you're trying to say?
I would move down that direction, but I would actually simply say it's the day that America became free. America's citizens, America's people, Americans became free. Not just the 4th of July, because you had people who were born in that country during that time that would have literally been the definition of a citizen, a native son of the lands of America, as it were, during that time. And so once they were uh,
Alice never
once they
paid.
were given that liberation, right? They were freed Americans. They immediately became, oh, that's loud, Mama.
Hold on, let me mute.
Yep. They immediately be, they immediately became freed Americans. And one of the reasons why I don't hyphenate myself as an African American is because when you do that, like, and I've said this at a Black Lives Rally matter, you've already given people's pause to give you only half of what your liberties are in America. When an African American is somebody who came from Africa and actually got citizenship as an American. We're not African Americans. We're natural native born sons and daughters of America. And there's no left or right parameters around that.
It isn't no left or right parameters, and it also even if you go back into doctrine and also to I guess a little bit of documentation, I guess you could say this within the history cliff notes, how they, you know, even when you want to say Juneteenth, they have Native American month. These blacks that were here were natural Native Americans also. We just like how you just said, you don't
No,
hyphenate your Afro American.
got you.
You can literally tell or depict. We may be all black, whether you're Dominican, whether you're Puerto Rican, whether you're Jamaican, whether you whatever, but you can depict what region of the earth
Yeah.
you come from. A majority of it. All of us come from Africa by some way, form, or fashion. Some way.
Right.
The only reason I say that is if you go back into history or whatever you want to say, the motherland, that's the motherland. So that's the reason, that's the only reason I say that. That's the only reason I say that is because of history. But when you even look at facial features, just everything else, you can literally tell. Let's take away the language. Take away the language. Just talking about facial features, body in general, face in general. Yeah, we look closer to everything that was already here versus what was brought over here.
Yeah.
Mm,
I can tell.
thanks.
And so if Juneteenth isn't a recognized holiday, it says half the states in America recognize it as being a holiday that's worthy to be off and celebrate. Well, then we should directly throw the 4th of July in that same hat. We should throw it in the same hat because they're expressing the same thing. Like, again, Frederick Douglass gave a speech in an auditorium, and I was telling Dirt and Water this last night. He gave a speech in an auditorium full of white people, and his whole thing was July 4th, 1776. What what is independence? What is your freedom from the king? Your independence. What is that to the slave?
Right.
July 5th is going to look exactly the same way as July 4th, as July 3rd, 2nd, 1st, June 30th. It's all going to look the same to the enslaved person. There's no
Correct.
free, there's no rest. Just like the national anthem says in the second stanza, there's no reprise for the slave on July 5th. So why do I care about the 4th of July? Why should I?
Just like everything else, they damn near force you to make you want to care or force you to uh, participate within the festivities. When I say force, I'm not talking about coming to your house. Hell, think about it. From a child, what way for you talk? On the 4th, we popping fireworks. We didn't know what the hell for.
Right. Yeah, it
This
was
is
just a
why.
festive time. Correct. Correct.
Exactly. Exactly. Then when you get older, you learn, oh, okay, you watch the movie with Morgan Freeman and blah, blah, what's my man name? Glory. You watch Glory.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
you still don't really understand because we're all the same age group. You understand, but you don't understand. You see the
Right.
nigga get
Correct.
booked for wearing somebody else's boots or blah, blah, blah. And then when you get to the age we are now, you like, what the hell was we doing fighting in any of that shit anyway?
yep, yep. And not just that, but how do we get here and there not be the semblance, the resembling of an understanding from our co-conspirators, right? Our white brothers and sisters, right? To try and understand a lot of this stuff. And I'm not talking about all, and not just our white brothers and sisters, but America in general,
Right.
that that's not understanding, hey,
America.
yeah.
We've been talking about America for the last 3 weeks, so it's
And
you see
I
It's
what
the
I'm saying.
hot topic right
You
now.
see what I'm
We
saying.
are the hot topic.
That's what
I,
I'm saying. We
I'm
spoke about America for the last three
We
weeks.
got Juneteenth one day and faggot day and month the next damn day. Like, come on now. Like, we're the hot topic.
we got Father's Day, Juneteenth, LGBTQ starts at the beginning. There's another culture who starts a celebration in June. And so, yeah, it was rushed. I'll tell you what else was rushed. Um, and it might have a direct correlation, it might not. But in 19, the Civil Rights Act were rushed and signed by LBJ because because we were tearing up the cities in America because of an unjust killing.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was that unjust killer?
MLK.
Okay. Okay.
And so the Civil Rights Act, which something America sat on that, could have done
I'm
it.
talking to you next time, bro.
They could have done it back in 1865 as soon as the Civil War had ended. But instead of doing the right thing, and I don't generally give Abraham Lincoln any uh, much recognition, but what I will say is he was smart enough to allow black men to begin to vote because he understood that by allowing those soldiers, black men who served in the Union Army, he allowed them to vote because he understood the gravity in which that vote would end up helping his party stay in
Yeah,
power.
That's the same shit your president
yeah, that's
doing
what I'm
right now
saying.
with
It's,
the
it, it,
immigrants,
it was
right?
politics because even though he allowed them to vote, he still had slaves. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah. Again, make no mistake about it. This whole fictitious movement of Abraham Lincoln being the great emancipator is
right, no, yeah.
frankly it's a line of bullshit that should never have been taught and it should never be
It's just
preached.
like it's just like
But the
marijuana. It's just like
but the
marijuana. How they
hardcore,
My bad, Jig. Just speaking on the federal level, you know what I'm saying? It's just what they pick and choose, when they pick and choose it, and how they choose to distract use it to their discretion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's all beneficial. Like we've been saying for the last couple of weeks, America is all about, and y'all getting me more on that topic than anything.
yeah.
Correct. It's about money.
I'm so upset with this country. I had my kids. We were riding to a family function the other day, and I had to play an excerpt on YouTube by James Baldwin, and he was having a debate with another white intellectual, and the intellectual the white guy was telling him, if we're in a room full of scholars, we base each other. We don't judge each other by the color of our skin. We'll deal with each other on an intellectual basis. Or if you're a literary mind person, we'll deal with each other on that level, so on and so forth. And James Baldwin echoed something that Malcolm X had been saying during the time, which was, I don't know if my neighbor's racist, but what I do know is high noon on Sunday is the most segregated time in America.
They hanging niggas on that day too.
Yeah. He said,
Yeah.
I don't know if my neighbor is racist and doesn't like me or not, but what I do know is that when they put their foot on my neck, they're not coming over to assist me. And I'm modernizing what was said at this point. I don't know if the government if my government hates me, but what I do know is that my government puts laws and statutes in place to try and make to put hurdles to suppress what I'm doing, right? And so, just bringing that full circle, talking about for the last few weeks we've been talking about America, is because I am egregiously upset with America, egregiously upset with America, and I feel righteous about being upset with America, especially after coming back from Japan and witnessing a society.
Yeah.
And
It burns you up on the inside after you come back
absolutely,
from peace and calmness, and then you come back uh to to this wormhole of chaos.
of tyranny. Yeah, absolutely. I
Just from the way that people, whether they're Asian, Caribbean, anything that's disassociated with the West. Like, and I hate to say it, anything disassociated with the West, it's a total different concept, different walk, different, just different way of life.
yeah,
What we see over here is not life.
it is not. I had to travel to Japan to understand and feel what it is to feel safe when I walk outside the house. And I think that's the thing that digs at my inner core the most.
Mm-hmm.
I've never experienced that in my own country. I had to go thousands of miles away to the opposite side of the globe to experience that. And it's a betrayal.
Brainwashed.
Yep.
I say this all, so I tell a couple. Of course, when you retire, you have all type of ways to get money. VRNE, XYZ. G Money, you finna learn about this real soon. But at the barber school I go to, it's in an impoverished area, very impoverished. I've just seen the teacher get chased around a vehicle with a knife. This was like the past 2 weeks. I seen a guy who was he was a dope barber. Girlfriend come in and shoot up the place like I'm in the place. Like for real, for real. But I say that to say this. We as a whole, and I literally got to say as a whole because everybody hasn't had the chance to get a passport stamped. Hell, I know a lot of people ain't left probably a 30-mile radius of the city of Chicago. And I am dead serious. I am dead serious. This country tells you, oh, the threat warning over here is blah, blah, blah. Or the threat warning over here is this. But we don't never say what the threat warning over here is.
Yeah.
We got people that shooting up these parades. I'm just watching on the news. Of course,
Yep.
I watch Chicago news every day. And of course, they're only going to show black stuff every day. But of course, like 4 different killings in 2 days on 3 different beaches. 2 of the beaches. So I'm like, so what about the threat level here in America?
Yeah.
What about the threat level of all the child abductions that are here? What about the threat level of all the immigrants who have brought over? Hell, we just had somebody literally 20 minutes away from here, killed by some Venezuelans, and I don't give a damn what region they're from. They're not from here. Undocumented, killed a 12-year-old.
Oh wow.
A 21-year-old and a 16-year-old. I'm dead on camera, everything.
Bro.
I am 100% agrees with you, G Money. I am very pissed off at this country.
Yep.
I said this earlier, and I will reiterate it over and over again. If we can't do it one way, you have to do it another way. Literally, if you can help yours get to where you at, Exodus. This country is for their own or for whatever it is for. I'm not even going to say for their own. Whatever the agenda is for this country is what it is. But have you not ever realized the agenda has never been us?
Yeah.
G Money made a very good point. He said, hey, when this was going on, we should have did this then. I told you guys this a little while ago. When we do put something in the works and they let it go, it takes so long for it to finally get passed. When it does get passed, it's irrelevant because we've evolved on to something else. So we always going to be on the back burner.
Gotcha.
We are living in Babylon, literally.
Babylon.
Beware. Hell, I'm damn near to the point like today, like literally, they say history repeats itself. Will not the West seem like Sodom and Gomorrah again? Really think about it.
I'd take it. I've always equated it with Hi, cousin. Hey, have a blast. Have a blast, babe. Love you.
Camera up off them breastises. Praise God.
Love you.
Enjoy yourself, though.
So I was listening to because I've been listening to a couple of things throughout the week since my ass been sick and laid up in the bed and couldn't really do much. But I was listening to a guy named
That
Alex.
dude you don't be laying up with ain't rubbing feet funny and shit.
You ain't here. I've been waiting for that.
Good one, G-Money. Good one, G-Money. Good one. You got me there, boy. Good one. Good one. You was on your square.
But I was listening to a guy. His name was Alexander Stevens. And it's a name that has not been pushed through history, American history, as it should have been. And if it was, and y'all heard it, y'all be pissed off by listening to it. But Alexander Stevens was the VP of the Confederacy. 1861, a few months before Civil War kicked off, he came out with a cornerstone speech. And if you listen to the rhetoric that he's spewing during that actual speech, it's the exact same tenets that are being used. America has adopted the Confederate mind frame and movement, but massaged the message so we don't interact with it the same. He directly said the same thing that Abraham Lincoln had said. Abraham Lincoln echoed his very sentiments during his last debate, which was the black man will never be on a social level and will always be inferior to the whites in America. Those are Abraham Lincoln's words, this great emancipator, right? These are the 1860s. And then we go through Jim Crow. And then we go to the Harlem Renaissance era, where we began to progress and we began to show our greatness. And we began to beauty was the epitome of the black person during that time. And then we go through the 50s and we get the Civil Rights Act. The one thing that was never changed during that time frame was the loser's message getting pushed out to the public or being taught in the households. The loser being the Confederacy. They've continued to push their message and teach it in such a form that we're giving it in schools. And not just that, but they're teaching it directly to their children.
Oh, yeah. racism is learned.
Yes, it's taught. Yes,
It's taught. Do
it's
you think
taught.
about it? You have two babies, don't even know each other. Will go and cuddle, play, hug, everything. It is taught. I can't think of the young lady that we worked with in Mountain View, G Money. She was an older chick. She was a supply chick. I can't remember.
Older supply.
Yeah, and she was on my side of the building. I believe she was. So if she wasn't supply, she was in personnel. But she was an older woman. She moved out. She had a child, and she was a white lady. Long story short, she came to my office and was like, when she came from uh, WLC, she brought some of her friends from WLC home with her. And her mother was like, I thought I told you better than hanging with these type of people. And she was oblivious to it, being gone home from home 6-7 years, and was like, Mom, what are you talking about? And it was because she brought black girls home from wherever she went to PLDC at. She was close to somewhere in Alabama. And she was like, she hadn't been close to her mother ever since. I can't remember this woman's name, but we were in
Gotcha,
Mountain
gotcha.
View with her. She worked with Chief Fox. That's who she worked with. I couldn't remember her name, though.
Like I told you, I'm the only black in my company, and then like with the twins, when they go to school, we went to a school function from first to fifth graders, and it was like we kind of like you count them on both hands the number of black students that was out there. You know what I'm saying? From first to fifth grade, and my boys were two of them. You see what I'm saying? So, and for like Black History, they had little posters and stuff up. They don't resonate with it. It's up to us. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
But even if so another thing that I really can't stand about this country. So they always show us throughout history the slightest of the evilness that went on, the slightest bit of it. I.e., I have that same shirt, Firm Flow. I guess you should. You're a veteran or your husband one shit. But you think about it. When we were young, what was the movie with Toby? I can't remember the name.
Um, um,
Was it Shaka?
no. Oh
Roots.
my goodness, Roots.
Roots. So you had Roots. They showed okay, cutting the leg off, so on. So he said whatever. Then they showed Shaka Zulu,
Mhm.
not knowing that we already had civilizations going on over there, like literally buildings, like looking just like what we have here in America, but they're showing us like we're still living amongst the wild.
Yeah.
They had the place called the Dark Planet or the Dark Continent.
Dark continent. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot where I was going with this, but either way, anything that,
yeah. They don't.
bro, anything that I can't never forget this. I don't give a damn how high I get. Anything that our country is involved with is never going to be for us or about us.
I can't even
If
disagree.
that was the case, we have pure evidence. Black Wall Street, one of the Black Wall Streets, they lost the case.
Yeah. Recently.
Oh yeah. So when you say justice, who is justice for? Who is it for?
The
It
American
ain't
people.
us.
You never realized that she wears a blindfold with scales, and
Oh yeah,
those
yeah,
scales. It's not to
yeah,
balance out justice. It's to see who's going to be able to pay more to get her.
yeah,
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah. Just
That's
like
That,
they used to tell you how these sorry AWS pastors, speaking of prosperity, all about prosperity, and these poor black folks just gushing them all there. Have you been swallowed? He should have swallowed the whole 5 first rows for how
right,
much money?
yeah.
right, correct.
You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I'm sorry. Keep
No,
going.
you're good.
No, you yeah.
So
I forgot what I was talking about, but keep going.
it's all right. And Alexander Stevens, in his speech, it's a lengthy speech if y'all ever choose to read it or listen to it. But one of the things that he points out directly, and this is why I say that America simply adopted the mindset of the Confederacy, but it disguised it as a democracy, is because he begins to talk about capitalism and how capitalism, you can't separate capitalism from racism no more than it's too intertwined. To say capitalism is to mention racism in and of itself, because the Negro is always going to be inferior to the white person, but that's where we're going to get the money from. That's the labor behind the force. It's a really interesting speech, and if you listen to it and you begin to digest it and you look around at what's happened throughout history and what's happening today, you directly realize it makes you wonder: did the Confederacy actually win? Did they actually win without firing any more shots? Did they play the long game? Because we got capitalism. Capitalism has no morals. It has no ethics. It has no scruples. It intentionally people. That's
Do, do
purpose.
you do, do you do you remember I told you a little while ago, or I told you all on the podcast a little while ago, you just said, did the Confederacy really win and just play the long game and blah blah blah? Do you not ever remember me saying I don't care about voting for the two of the lesser evils regardless? Do you
Correct.
remember me not saying like literally
Yeah.
these people literally sleep in the same bed? Like i.e. literally think about it. Republican, Democratic. Ain't none of them did nothing for niggas. Ain't none of them put niggas first. Hold on before you say something, Dirk. They all have a set salary. A set salary. The
Correct.
ones that are on Capitol Hill. I don't know what they are, Congress, whatever the hell, they go to recess, blah, blah, blah. But these people are multi-million and billionaires.
Yeah.
Right.
I worked for the government 24 damn years. I ain't touched $1 million.
I get
Money is always going to be involved to the highest bidder. They have us playing this game, bro.
Bro, you shouldn't have went to the army. You should have ran for alderman or Congress or
For what?
something.
So they can kill me like they did? Because I'm a strong
You
black
don't
man.
need no
They
background.
would
You know
kill
what I'm
me very
saying?
fast. And I like vagina and I like to live.
That's the thing with government jobs, bro. You don't need no background. That's what's so shady about it.
Oh
You don't
God.
need no background to do none of that. Be a congressman, be a president, be a, you know what I'm saying? To be a representative of our state, you don't need no representation or nothing.
No, you
Just be
just
a
So
U.S.
I,
citizen.
I would tell you this about me. I think of this country and doing anything for it as much as I think about me being a person of the cloth.
I got you.
I can't go out and false flag something I don't give a damn about.
No, I see where you're coming from. Correct. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your representation got to be correct. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. But on that same note, like I say, you still got to, you still got to represent.
You ain't got to represent here. If you have a way to get out of here, I would get out of here.
I mean, I heard what we saying, but we ain't gone yet.
that's true.
Watch me.
And then
I'm ready.
but see, but for my future, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gone yet. I ain't gone in the next like 5 years. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
Sure.
but have a plan too.
Correct.
Have a
I get what
plan
you're coming
too.
from. Correct.
I thought about this today. Me and my mom, me and G Money then talked about this a little bit. I'm not going to expound on it, but me and my mom have been seeing eye to eye for the past maybe 5-6 months. That's
Gotcha.
my G ball all day. And one thing about the book that I do respect is that I would never disrespect them. Why? Because the book said it, and two, I value my life. I'm not talking about one of my mother or my father just killing me. I'm talking about the father, the grand
Correct.
architect, taking it
Gotcha.
from me. So I keep my mouth shut a whole whole bunch. But I say that to say this.
You,
I'm sorry.
you
Do I?
keep your mouth shut a
Oh,
whole
when it
lot.
comes to my parents, oh
From the
yes,
elders, I got you.
yeah,
Yeah, most
yeah,
definitely. Most definitely.
yeah,
We from that era. Most definitely.
yeah. Hell, it'd be somebody I don't know. I still have it in me to call them ma'am or sir or blah blah
Correct,
blah.
correct. We
You know,
come from
it's
that
just
era.
in me.
I got you.
It's just in me. I still have it in me. Whereas if I'm on city transportation and I see an elderly person, hey, and I haven't rode city transportation, but I'm getting my black ass up. I'm well and able. When I
Got
go
you,
to the
bro.
gym in the morning, I have disabled placards. But guess what? In the morning, I know the elderly folks up because damn it, I'm getting old. They there. So what do? Park all the way in the back. Bro, shit has changed, period.
Got
Nothing
you,
is
got
the
you.
same anymore. Wrong
Understandable.
is right and right is wrong.
Right there. Right there. That's what I try to explain to my 7-year-olds right now. Wrong is right, right is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You understand. You at the level where you understand right from wrong. And it ain't gonna be fair.
But
You
you
know what I'm
got
saying?
but I wouldn't care what's fair. You keep that in your household. You
But I'm
keep what's
correct,
right,
correct.
right.
But I have to explain to them that it's not gonna be fair. And you know what I'm saying? Fair
And
don't
that's what you're doing by preparing them now. You're mentally
yeah,
preparing them. But what you also got to do is show them how to navigate
correct.
through
And I
this.
do because like I got my oldest boy not used to change. Oh man, they said it was gonna be at this time, like this, like this, like this. That's not life, bro. You gotta learn to adjust throughout
Correct.
your course. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dealing with that with my oldest child as well as trying to teach the 7-year olds like the same structure. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's gonna change. It ain't gonna be a set structure. What you think is life, it's gonna change every day.
It is. But so I will always say this even though times may change, things may change,
Hmm.
and we may evolve. But, bro, I always say this when you know something is right,
Yeah.
you know it's right. You don't
Also,
have to be told.
so the morals are instilled. What you saying? Yeah. So we instill our morals and let them know that life ain't life. You know what I'm saying? What we tell you, you know what I'm saying? You might not go through the same thing in life that daddy went through.
I want to elaborate on this. You just said how you instill, and the book said I cannot. I won't be able to read it as you were repeated verbatim, but they said raise the child in the way that he or she may go, blah blah blah, so that when they get older, they would know, so on and so forth. Even if you teach those kids right now, you teach them and you instilling them now.
Yeah.
They may get out into the world, but guess what? When they start seeing those things and those things start hitting them, they're gonna be like, damn, this is what mama and dad. Let me bring my ass on back over on this side.
Right.
But they don't teach that no more, bro.
Right.
It's not there no more.
And
Hmm.
there's a reason for it. Uh, with no structure, there can be no standards, and with no standards, chaos is soon to follow. And we're delving down into a movement of chaos faster than what we can actually understand. To where at one point having AI was a thing of, oh, it's convenience, but like the Matrixes and the Terminators, AI is going to end up making us lazy to a point to where Americans aren't going to be able to do much of anything without artificial intelligence because the organic intelligence will have left. That structural foundational memory of intelligence will have left. I don't know if y'all like.
So somebody said this the other day. Within the next 5 years,
Price,
I'm
you got a
telling you what's
game?
hard. They said, don't go to school to be a programmer or something like
Yeah,
that. They said because the pro AI is gonna be the programmer.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's literally eliminating a whole bunch of stuff, bro.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I said I gave the actual parameters around the amount of jobs by the time the kids that are in college now graduate is going to actually cut off because it will have developed. those industries developed AI, and AI is going to take over jobs. So these kids are going to school just so they can end up paying
Yeah, in the morning, son.
college loans back. That's it. They ain't gonna have a There ain't gonna be a purpose. And so even with this vast movement of AI and internet and all this other good stuff, what's happened is the imagination. Our like remember when we were kids and we could grab sticks and all of a sudden we were thrust into medieval times and we King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table and we're battling dungeons and dragons. We killing
VR.
yeah do batters and we there was all imagination. It was all imagination. But our kids are thrust in front of screens so much that their imagination is beginning to become uh it's slowed. It's being taken away from them. They can't imagine anything. That's why they don't want to go outside anymore.
Yeah, I got you.
And in the same fashion, and I'll tie this in at Juneteenth and 4th of July. In that same fashion, the value of our independence and our freedoms from the system during that time, it became it didn't mean anything. Americans had gotten so used to us being their AI that when we did get freedom, it was a culture shock and it was a shock to the system of America. Even now, even now, to where we get the federal holiday to appease us and keep us quiet, because that's what it was done for. But the value, that imagination, has been stripped away from the people.
Hell, regardless of the value of imagination, think about what they just did. I said it earlier, G. You had Father's Day. You have Juneteenth. And right behind Juneteenth, we're not in July. We have this thing going on. Bro, make it make sense.
Again,
Make it make sense. And I know Father's Day isn't a black thing. I know it isn't just a black thing. But who are the most underappreciated fathers in America?
yeah,
Black men.
yeah,
Juneteenth. Oh, we're going to celebrate for the black people right now. But then, right now, there's other shit. Who the most blind people to this shit? The black folks. I mean, bro, this shit is, if you really don't see it, you don't see it. Like, I can't, we anything that you think of that goes on here is a facade mixed with a charade of lies.
oh yeah,
Everything. We may think it's one thing, but guess what? It's meant to do 15 other damn different damn
yeah.
things.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you made a very valid point. We, the people that the day is for, to celebrate our elders, our ancestors, we don't even put our value into it. We don't place value in it. There's no fucks given for that day at all, for that whole movement. And and I told my daughter this a couple of days ago, if people see that you don't care about yourself, they're gonna treat you that way too.
Damn right. Hey, and you stay on your baby about that, bro, because these young girls, hey,
They don't
they
get it yet.
need their daddy, bro. They
Yeah,
need their daddy. They need somebody that speaks, as you were, that thinks from here
yeah,
and not from here.
yep.
They need their daddy. A lot of these young ladies is gone, Jack. But keep on going. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was the crux of it. Just if we're not putting value on it, ain't nobody else gonna put value on it.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump came out with gold sneakers because he figured if he could put shiny out there for us, we'd get it because that's what we value. But we don't even value our own freedom.
Just go take your back.
Value
We
our own
don't value our own reproduction. We don't value, we don't, what do the ones of us that do it, I can't even say we. I don't even like saying we. I'm going to say the majority. Because those of us that think a lot, as you were, that think alike, we're just not in the same circles. But it's just so much of the negativity, the things that the opposition that is against.
Yeah, that's just
It's so vast. And it's also put out in front of us that all that we do see is that portion.
Yeah.
And a smidget of the good portion. But the good portion is out there.
Absolutely.
The good portion is out there. And guess what? It overpowers that portion. They show us what they want to show us.
Yeah. Like Drake said, learn that working with the negatives make for better pictures. And so it's always pushed in the negative because, again, capitalism. And capitalism is as
It's not a democracy, it's capitalism.
Yeah, it's as interwoven with racism,
yeah,
integral to that whole establishment as any and everything else that capitalism needs and absorbs. Hatred.
Yeah, and that's what fuels it. That just like you can go anywhere else. What are you? I'm Japanese. There could be a nigga that's in Japan, but he's Japanese. If you come to America, I'm black. I'm white. It should just be, damn it, American.
Yep.
If you want to put a label on it, I'm a lash wearing American. I'm a wig. I'm a big back American.
Cut it out, bro.
I'm sorry, but I just be. Hey, bro, you have no idea what I've been. G Money that heard some of this shit that I've been
going. Bro.
Hey fellas, we gotta move on to final thoughts. My sinuses are about to bust my face open. That's why y'all keep seeing me rubbing right here. I'm maintaining, but it's hurting. It's hurting. I gotta go.
You gotta have mama set that muffin on that motherfucker.
I'll take it.
like a boxer. You hear me? You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you need some of that vitamin P.
Yes. I will take it.
Yeah, I got an 8:30 basketball game and a 3:00 baseball game.
Yeah,
if I ain't never told you, I'm gonna tell you like my boy Catfish or Hayden would say.
Yeah. Cuz be out there hustling. I love that you so involved. I just hate that y'all finna be out there in that heat.
Because I know what the streets can do to us. You hear me?
Right.
Hey, send me some pictures of the low self-esteem looking chicks. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my goodness. Hey, it's some mamas out there. You hear me? But hey, I ain't messing with you though, Flo. You hear me?
I know.
But yeah, I gotta get some rest. We got family coming through tomorrow. I gotta try and get back on top of my game. But let's hit the final thoughts before we go, fellas.
Will you put it on
first?
All right.
You put it on himself, I was about to say.
Yeah, that was an accident.
So my final thought was or is happy belated Father's Day to you all. That's the first thing I want to say.
Appreciate you, King.
I enjoyed my Father's Day. You don't know my story, but a child that's mine but isn't mine is the only one that reached out to me and told me Happy Father's Day, and that's been my ace boon coon from day one.
Okay.
I want to say, hey, just mentally, be at peace. If you can find any little piece of solace throughout the day, just anything, grab onto it and hold it. If you have anything negative, and I'm learning this at the sweet age of 45 years old, if you have anything negative or any person negative around you, and I've talked with G about this, and I don't care what the relationship is. If they drain you, bro, they drain you. And it's bad. It's very bad. I don't care if it's a grown child. It's a difference if it's a child that ain't grown yet. Because you still got some responsibilities. But a grown child, your parents, your sisters, your cousins, I've learned I've been getting drained for years. And just didn't know, like when you see a text message come across you,
yeah,
for no reason. It's a reason behind it. Chemically, spiritually, the Grand Architect gave us a whole lot of stuff that we just ignore. Start paying attention to it. Peace, Love Rastafari forever. I love you guys.
Rasta.
Good shit, bro. Good shit.
For sure. What you got, Diesel?
Man, man, kind of hitting on what Rob was saying. Like, love your people and stop the evil first and foremost.
Heard you say
Stop
that, man.
tripping off. Say it again. Man, stop tripping off how many people hate you and actually value the ones that actually love you. You know what I'm saying? That show up and show out for you. You know what I'm saying? You have events, they have events. You see the ones that value you. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just piggybacking off of that, and it's also up to us to keep the history going.
Mm,
You know, you gentlemen gave me praises on being doing what I do with my kids, you know what I'm saying? And it's all a part of the community. What we speaking about last week, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't just my kids. I take other kids to practice. I take, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the structure of the community and trying to bring up these next generation of good men. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at in my life. Them my final thoughts, bro. I'm just gonna continue doing what I do with these kids.
for
And I
sure.
salute you for doing them, like literally, bro. Like literally, it takes good black men like you. And then I'm going to say other good men, but I'm
Yeah.
going to stop. I'm going to stop saying that colorist and shit. I'm going to put us first all
Yeah,
day.
no, I get what you're saying. You
We
just a
need more.
representation on us, so I
Yeah,
get
we
what you're
need
saying.
more like you. It was men like you who are my second fathers.
Right.
Got you. We
But
showing
we
up at
don't
the
talk about
basketball.
that. We don't
Yeah,
talk about that. So I
we got
salute you, bro.
I
I salute
appreciate you,
you.
bro. I definitely
Yeah.
appreciate you. We got an 8:30 basketball game. My wife went out and got fruit balls and oranges and stuff and we got orange juices because it's gonna be an early game. So that's
Right.
gonna be their first snack after their basketball games. She got oranges, grapes, and pineapples for the baseball game, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we are.
I love it.
It's the community.
I love it. My final thoughts outside of trying to make sure the left side of my face don't bust off is yeah, I'm upset with America. America has lied. America has cheated. America has betrayed us. Its own children. There's a scene in the Fresh Prince where Will is talking to Uncle Phil, and Will goes off on a rant. And at the end of it, Will's in tears, and it's a really tense scene. And Will looks at Uncle Phil and he says, "Why don't he want me? Why don't he want me?" And at a certain point, I started feeling that way about America. Why didn't America want us? But progressively, it's not about something or someone wanting you. It's about going to the place where you are wanted and experiencing that and having that and being there and being present in that place, in that space. America has shown me that it doesn't want us and it doesn't love us and it's not going to care for us. And all I can say is thank you for showing me who you are. I accept it. I accept it. I will continue to be who I am. And I would highly encourage everybody else to be the best, to continue to progressively be the best persons and people that they can be. But don't settle for scraps when you're supposed to sit at the table and eat like kings and queens. And so those are my final thoughts, as well as make sure you are the reflection of love that you want to see.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you are that. What you got,
Hey,
Flo?
I need my Masonic book, fool.
Bruh, I'm finna have to do some digging.
Cause I'm coming to Evansville. I'll be there on the 3rd.
I'm glad you said that. I got
Cause
some
I gotta go
documents.
to the lodge.
Yeah, when I'm
Brother
coming
him is one of
down.
my best
Am I
friends.
coming down on the third? Yeah, I'll be down there, huh?
Yeah, you gotta shoot past Evansville to get here.
Okay.
Man, when you going down there, Flo?
I'll be there on the 3rd, bro.
To be there on the 3rd?
I'll be there on the 3rd. I'm probably gonna leave out to like the 6th or the 7th. I'm gonna go up to Chicago after that. Go visit the rest of my family.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirt, how long y'all gonna be here?
The weekend?
Bet.
Shit,
Bet.
we gonna probably shoot out there. What's the third? That Wednesday?
I think so.
That's when we shooting out.
Bet. All right. We probably. I'll give you a call, Flo. We'll
Okay. Yeah,
get it.
we
All right, I'm finna go. Hey, Dirk don't know this glass, but you know I'm high. I'm finna go get some of that hot tour.
yeah, I ain't there. Yeah, put me on gang when I link up.
The show. But as always, family, thank y'all for hanging out with us. God bless and
Good night.
Link up, people.